Now we are going to learn about the relationship between India and China. Let's learn. China is our neighbor country and it is also our enemy country. You can say it is our enemy neighbor country. Okay. So this is basically a long question. India China relationship. In exam it will come like this. Tell something about India China relationship. Okay, so I am not discussing the whole thing. I am going to discuss only those things which will help you in exam to answer the question. Okay, the India China relationship goes back to 20th century BC. Okay, it began only after 1949. Okay, in initial years, India was first country to recognize the communist China and extended full support to China's claim for membership in the United Nations. In initial days, India was the first country who recognized the communist China and it supported China to be a member of United Nations. So Nehru was prime minister at that time. Nehru thought that if I will make China friend, then Sino-Indian collaboration will preside over all countries, over the globe, and China will help us whenever we will want help. So this was a very foolish decision of Nehru, and look how it harmed us. Panchashil was started by leaders of China and India. Okay, India supported the claim of China over Taiwan. Okay, and India refused to be a party to peace treaty with Japan without China. India refused to go in any meeting without China. This was the love of Nehru for China. And look what we got. What we got. Tibet is situated in the north of Himalayas. Since the days of Kublai Khan, Chinese have been claiming suzerainty over Tibet. Nehru's China policy received that first jolt in year 1950 when China invaded and occupied Tibet. India's suggestion for a peaceful settlement of Tibet issue were treated as interference by communist China. China invaded Tibet, occupied Tibet. When Indian government said that give us Tibet and gave suggestions to China, the suggestions were took as treated as interference by the communist China. This China gave us. We gave China friendship. China gave us this. Oh, sorry. We did not give. Nehruji gave friendship to China, and China gave us invasion, and China cut a part of India. Okay. So next is Korean peace treaty. Korean War is South Korea and North Korea fight. At that time, United States of America jumped into the fight as a representative of United Nations. Okay. At that time, what China started doing? What China started doing? The border issue, McMahon Line, and the status of Kashmir gave birth to a period of bitterness in the bilateral relationship. China suddenly started de-recognizing McMahon Line as an international border between India and China. Secondly, she also claimed the Aksai Chin region of Kashmir as an area originally belonging to Xinjiang province. Thirdly, China challenged Kashmir's accession to India. Look what China is doing. China is a perfect friend of us. According to Nehru, China started de-recognizing McMahon Line. It said that Aksai Chin is a part of China, and China also said that Kashmir is not a part of India. Kashmir is of Kashmiris. First, it regarded Kashmir as a disputed territory. Look how it is making Kashmir as an other region, not a part of India. Look, first it said that it regarded Kashmir as disputed territory by India, and second it supported self-determination of Kashmir. Self-determination of Kashmir means self-determination of jihadis. Okay, this is all. Adding salt to injury, she started building a road connecting to Xinjiang to Tibet. Wow, what a good friend this is. This road building, the road was called Aksai Chin Road. Okay. All these happened, then the border dispute turned into a full fledged war which was started in 20th October and it was continued till 21st November 1962. The Sino-Indian War of 1962 had many consequences. First, it was a blow to Nehru's image and prestige at home as well as abroad. It was only the responsibility of Nehru. Nehru was single-handedly responsible for the war, for the disputes, for the invasion of China, or for all. What India lost? India lost 38,000 square kilometers of its territory to China. 35,000 square kilometers in northeastern part and 3,000 square kilometer in western sector. In addition, China lays its claim to approximately 95,000 square kilometers of lands in India's eastern sector. Okay, these things was took away by China from India for whose foolish decisions, for the foolish decisions of this man. Okay. Nehru thought that China will help us whenever we will need help. But what China did? Nehru should note that at the time that China is a hungry country for land. It only needs land mass. Okay, it is a demonic country. And by doing these foolish decisions, by giving these decisions, Nehru became a monster for our country. How much land we lost? Can you imagine? Okay. When the question will come on the relationship between India and China, you need not to write any positive thing. You can only write that this is a enemy neighbor, okay, and we try to make China friend, but China is not eligible to be friend. Okay, it only can be a enemy, bad enemy. Okay. In 70s, both the countries realized their usefulness of diplomatic relations. By 1976, both China and India started exchanging ambassadors, and several rounds of negotiations on a border issue were held at regular interval. Okay. In year 1987, even after seventh round of dialogue on border dispute was again mad bilateral relations. In the meantime, cataclysmic changes were seen at the international level. Both superpowers, USA and USSR, moved towards unprecedented accommodation and cooperation. It is Rajiv Gandhi who brought a thaw in the foreign relationship by paying a 5 day successful visit to China in the year 1988. The two countries pledged to settle border dispute through dialogues, which is never, which is not happening till now. How we are expecting from China. But relationship soon turned sour in the aftermath of a series of nuclear tests by India on May 1998. A reported statement by the then Defense Minister of India, George Fernandez, characterizing China as a source of threat to India, infuriated the Chinese. We made a nuclear test. China is offended because the then defense minister said that China is a source of threat for India. China was very hot by this, and then then what happened? The political interactions at highest level continuously took place since early 1990s. With India China trade growing at 30% per disputes, with India China trade growing at 30% per year since 1999, a more positive perspective of relationship with China has emerged. Now China is the largest trading partner of India. The annual bilateral trade between the two countries has crossed $5 billion mark. According to the provincial figure in 2015 and 2016, India's export to China, no, this is not 2015 2016, this is 2015-16. India's export to China stood at USD 7.56 billion USD. Okay, while imports were 52.26 billion USD. Okay, USD means United States dollar. Okay, so this is the relationship between India and China. Okay, India and China cannot never be friends. After even after these trades, China in its mind it is very clear. We have to deal with China only very cleverly. Okay, which Modi ji is doing. Only we are only limited with trading on this. No more friendship. We are not deep friends with China. Okay, only with this trading. Okay, you are there, we are there. Here, no more friendship. Don't come here more. We will break your teeth if you will invade more. Because Modi ji said, I am not Nehru. I am not in love with you more. Okay, so if you are well understood, then share my video and subscribe the channel. If any doubt is arising in your mind, then comment. I will surely solve your doubt, and if the doubt is big, I will make video on that doubt. Okay, thank you for watching. In next video, China no India Pakistan relationship. Okay, thank you for watching.